Hey guys, welcome back to Milo Gains Crypto. Thanks for liking and subscribing and stopping by. Okay, well, where do I begin? You guys, we have a new app from our Stepn creators. Perhaps you tuned in to this town hall a couple days ago and heard the announcement. We are incredibly proud to introduce Stepn Go, the latest innovation from FSL Web3. Here is the website, and kind of like I said, guys, I'm trying to figure out where to even begin here. To be honest, I've not had as much time as I would like to really soak this in, investigate the white paper, which I'll show here shortly, and kind of see what is this all about. But let me just dive into it where the creators begin. So here's a summary, sort of the town hall of the rollout of Stepn Go. I'm just going to read it verbatim, so this might not be a very exciting video. Hopefully it's informative. I know probably a good amount of you have questions. I'm already seeing it through in my comments. What's the deal with Stepn OG then? Some also sharing over X. Is this the end of Stepn? Well, let's talk about the good, the bad, and the FUDly of this new rollout. So here we go. Get ready to join the ultimate social lifestyle app that rewards your movement and social interactions. All right, a little key there on the social interactions. Here's a sneak peek at what's coming. So Stepn Go, its kind of ethos and purpose to differentiate itself from original Stepn, which has been kind of coined as Stepn OG at this point. Number one, easy onboarding with the house system. So for this, no crypto knowledge needed. You'll lend your sneakers to friends and family to help them get started effortlessly. So if you listen to the town hall here, this is a really big emphasis. Jan or Jerry, one of the founders, reiterates wanting to make what is normally a 2-day process to get onboarded to Stepn to turn into a 2-minute process for Stepn Go. So you don't need any crypto wallet or much crypto experience beforehand. You just download an app, get an activation code, and then you can start moving at that point. And for Stepn Go, there's a new token that you earn. It is called the GGT token. You walk or run with your sneakers to earn the new Go Game token. And then next, the other big differentiating aspect of Stepn Go is customizable avatars and outfits. So here you'll be able to craft and equip unique outfits for your avatar, show them off on the in-app interactive map, and stand out in the community. One of the points made in the Stepn Town Hall about the gaming skin industry market cap is that it is $50 billion. In the moving fitness industry is about $26 billion. So already the skin industry is they're seeking that market there to onboard people to the Stepn GMT FSL ecosystem. And then lastly, the energy system, just lastly as far as these main points go, is going to be the energy system, and that's to maintain economic sustainability. Users must burn sneakers to obtain energy and increase the energy cap. So whereas you get energy in Stepn OG by having a certain sneaker count, both quantity and the quality, getting you more energy. For this new app, again, this isn't an addition. This isn't an upgrade to Stepn. This is its own cousin or sister or sibling app that's supposed to ideally complement Stepn and enhance the entire GMT FSL ecosystem. If you're like me, even after taking a couple days to do a little bit more research and to think on this, you probably have a lot of questions, and the primary one being, what's happening to my Stepn account and items? Or essentially, is my investment in Stepn going to be worth it? Is there still going to be profits? Is Stepn Go the new thing that I should invest in, join to? And if so, why? Why did you leave me? Why did you abandon me? At least that's some feelings shared here, right? What happens to Stepn? Very confusing strategy. Why two apps to achieve same goal? Why new tokens? To me, it sounds you announced the death of OG Stepn and starts from scratch again. Did they just give up on the old Stepn? So these are fair thoughts. So when I listened to the town hall, I did leave it kind of scratching my head a little bit. I was pretty underwhelmed. I was probably confused, like some of these people here. I was like, what's the big why? I understand the easier onboarding, how that needs to be something for a non-crypto native. But honestly, and this is something I've just been thinking about, I didn't know onboarding was as big of an issue as the devs were sharing in the town hall. So one of the stats they have is for every 10 users that tries to use the activation code, get onboarded, get their energy, their sneakers, 8 out of 10 give up. So there's only a 20% kind of success rate for an actual move to earner on Stepn that kind of passes through that filter system. But yeah, I didn't know it was that big of an issue. And really, I'm still wondering, from my observations of just even the ecosystem of Stepn, watching GMT as well as GST, I didn't feel like anything was broken at this point. Even seeing the bigger crypto industry at large with Bitcoin recovering and how we're heading into the bull market, I wouldn't have suspected that onboarding was a significant issue, even with the 8 out of 10 stat, right? If 8 out of 10 attempted onboarders give up, I'm still seeing success, right? And I've even thinking like, wow, if like all 10 out of 10 onboarded, this GST would be out of control. So one of my initial thoughts, and I'm not sticking to this, and none of this is financial advice, by the way, do your own research. I'm still wondering if this was necessarily an issue at this point that 8 out of 10 failed. Just looking at the charts and where things were going, seeing that GST in itself, that supply was already going up. Maybe 8 out of 10 was kind of a good thing, and only those who were really committed to figuring out Stepn, educating themselves on crypto, is who should have eventually ended up in our ecosystem. All right, it's still an increase. It's still 20% of every activation code given out. That's how many join our ecosystem. But yeah, I'm kind of holding that one with an open hand. I do assume that the developers, the team, is smarter than me. They know more about their own app and their vision and their long term. They've done their research of the overall market. Again, they're in the town hall. They're citing different numbers. I guess we have about 100,000 daily active users that move to earn. They're aiming to get 10 million in total integrated with Stepn Go. So I acknowledge that I'm going to have blind spots, and I think even approaching some of this with more of a marination and sitting and responding rather than reacting might do your soul a little service there. Anyway, so in light of these concerns, I think the team heard some of these reactions, read some of the comments, see Jan kind of follow up with another kind of in-depth explanation. So I'm about to just go on a verbatim read. I think it's just better to come from the horse's mouth. I could try to summarize it, but I feel like I'm trying to learn in real time here too. So here we go. This is from Jan Rong, one of the founders, and definitely appears to me to be kind of one of the bigger like technical brains with like the tokenomics and everything. He developed the Schadenfreude pool, which I'll touch on here in a little bit, which is the GMT pool for Stepn Go. But here we go. So Jan shared, today we launched Stepn Go, the sequel to Stepn, with a bigger ambition, but what exactly is Stepn Go and how it differs to all other Web3 products? If you let me summarize in 2 sentences, here it is. A, Stepn Go has tremendous growth potential through its new Web3 social features. B, Stepn Go uses new tokenomic NFT-nomic to create long-lasting needs for its token, GGT, and NFT. But how? What Web3 social features? Any meaningful social products features needs a lot of users. So our first goal is to get at least 10 million users in Stepn Go. Okay, maybe this is one of my blind spots, not really realizing how many users we need. Okay, but I'll continue. Here is how we are going to achieve it. Step 1, before Stepn Go, we release the FSL ID, a Web3 wallet that can be registered via email, and the user does not need to write down the seed phrase. Stepn Go will use FSL ID to onboard Web 2 users, but what can a Web 2 user do with only a wallet? Step 2, in Stepn Go, we design the house system, allowing users to lend their sneakers and share their energy with their friends and family. When their friends and family walk or run outside, they will earn GGT, Go Game token, in their newly created wallet. Step 3, once they have accumulated enough GGT, they can buy a sneaker from the marketplace themselves and start their own house. GGT will be converted to gas or GMT seamlessly to make the whole process intuitive to non-crypto users or non-gamers. Okay, what's next? In Stepn Go, we designed the interactive map system. Zoom in to see your local map, zoom out to see the world map. People can see each other's 3D customizable avatar and outfits, add each other to friend lists, chat function, and organize offline events. These 3D avatars and NFT outfits are not only going to be visible in Stepn Go, but will also be mirrored to our future product, the Moonbase. We aim to build a fully immersive AR and VR metaverse experience where people can walk outdoors, see each other in their NFT outfits, and possibly do some cool-ish together. Sorry, just in case there's any kids watching, you know. Number 4 of this part. So what new tokenomic NFT have you designed to ensure sustainability? We have noticed in almost all Web3 games, the energy seems to be infinitely renewed. This might be the biggest issue in Web3 game design, so we changed that. In Stepn Go, users must burn sneakers to acquire energy and increase the energy cap. This creates consistent demand for floor price sneakers. In this way, NFT sneakers can still have an infinite lifespan, and to make everything simpler, to be determined, Stepn Go NFT sneakers do not need to be repaired or restore HP. Okay, pause. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is simpler yet. Maybe it will be with familiarity, but what appears simple to me is your sneaker wears out and you put a comfort gem in it to get it back to health. Boom, bam, bang, couple transactions. Yeah, I'll go into more of this later because I have some questions here about this NFT sneaker burning. Moving on, we have also noticed that if the purpose of a game token is to always enhance the NFT's mining efficiency, then we will have a problem very soon. By observing how traditional games work by selling skins and how Stepn users are into collecting our limited skin sneakers, we have designed the outfit system, allowing people to collect outfit fragments and turn them into collectible single outfits or even a set outfit. This is a huge difference for this new one. One of the new attributes is charm, and that's to earn your outfit pieces. Continuing on. Outfits are not productive tools for making more GGTs, but they will be used to measure one's social status on the interactive map. Okay, I think that's pretty smart. In this way, there's a constant need for GGT for outfit crafting. 6, with our latest AI-powered smack cheating detection system, we will also effectively limit the ability of cheaters to run GPS spoofing or multi-devicing. And by carefully onboarding users via the activation code system, we will be able to achieve stable and sustainable growth. Woo! Okay. Do you have more clarity? Do you have more questions? Maybe you do have clarity in certain areas, questions in others. But I wanted just to take a pause here and let's just look at the website real fast and kind of peruse. What are we looking at here? So ready, Stepn Go. Here is kind of the new layout of Stepn Go. And already we see an an upgraded UI and probably UX here. Let's zoom in. Look at that, sharper sneakers, just cleaner design overall. So I'll give them credit there. You know, it's a good looking app. Mystery boxes, your NFT mechanism toggle there. GGT token. There it is, next to GMT. Oh man, I wish I had 122,000 GMT on my app. And then the social feature icon here, which I do think this social element will be one of the, if this is successful, a big winner addition. And here we see our attributes: efficiency, luck. I'm guessing this is charm, and I'm guessing this is karma. Okay, so let's dive into some of the key elements of the white paper that I think are kind of helpful up front to know. What is this? What would you be getting into if you do go on Stepn Go, and how does this impact the current Stepn user? So here's our white paper, and I'm probably not going to go into intense detail. I mean, this is already going to be a pretty long video, I'm guessing. But go on this to go over the overview. I think we went through that already on the X page and then Jan's follow-up. But let's talk about the gaming module and the biggest differences. So as I've kind of briefly gone over, there's going to be differences in these sneakers. It's going to be efficiency and luck for attributes, but the two new attributes are charm. So charm is how you earn outfit fragments, and then karma. So karma is going to be what impacts your GMT earning. So one thing about this GMT earning that has to be known and established compared to Stepn OG, they aren't moving to earn and to generate new GMT like we are. They're just competing for GMT that's in the Schadenfreude pool, the S pool. I'm just going to call it the S pool, all right? So only sneakers of uncommon quality and above possess a karma value. Greater the karma and energy spent a single session, the more you can get from the pool. GMT earnings from the Schadenfreude pool or S pool are set every 24-hour periods. And then there's gonna be a leaderboard that you compete with for the amount you get. This pool accumulates earnings from the following: all frozen earnings from accounts flagged for cheating, all of the reduced earnings from paper feet, all of the reduced host earnings for failing to meet the minimum requirement of using 2 energy per day. I'm not exactly sure what that is, but it's going to be something to do with Stepn Go. And then the GMT and the decentralized liquidity pool. So again, this is just existing GMT. None of it is newly moved to earn GMT, so there's nothing inflating here. So we, or any GMT earners and selling our profits or selling our GMT, we're helping to supply this pool. Some other key features kind of touched on that we need to know about is this house. So the house is pretty much your startup place. If you're new to Stepn Go, you enter it, you get lent a sneaker, and then you get to move to earn. And whether you want to upgrade or invest in more, that's up to the new user. All right, if that wasn't enough already, I'm going to go through, I'm going to talk about this. What I think is the good about Stepn Go, the bad, potentially bad, or how it went about, the rollout of this, and the FUDly. What is FUD? What is legitimate FUD? What is FUD that's not to worry about? And let you, again, as a Stepner or someone interested in Stepn, kind of make a choice of, do you want to go into Stepn Go? Do you want to withdraw from Stepn altogether because you're not pleased with it? Do you just want to maintain with Stepn OG? That's going to be up to you. This isn't financial advice. I'm going to let you guys know what I plan to do and my final thoughts about all of this here at the end of the video. But let's talk about the good. Number one is the easy onboarding. Okay, so if they're correct and they anticipate that having an app like this will get users, Web2 users on, and with the potential to maybe go over to Stepn OG, then this could be a win, right? They want 10 million users overall. So I think that is a good thing. And I'll tell you why it'll be good more, even if a Stepn Go user never hops on to Stepn OG. I'll go into it right now. And this might take me down a little bit of a rabbit trail. But what I had to determine, one of my quickest things that I had to investigate is I was thinking, my concern is, what if someone hops onto Stepn Go and never goes to Stepn OG? How does that benefit me or any other user who doesn't do Stepn Go, who doesn't earn GGT? And my biggest question was, will this game have GMT burning? In other words, will this game make users have to burn GMT while not earning GMT, right? Again, they could win it, or I guess earn it in a sense from the S pool if they're competing with their karma, but nothing's getting created, right? They're getting rewarded stuff that other movers have mined, essentially. And to my satisfaction, with leveling up your sneaker, users can level up their sneakers by burning GGT with GMT being required at certain levels. So I thought this was great news right up front. We don't have the quantity of what needs to be burned yet, but we could see for these different levels with different qualities, GMT burning will be needed. And I was like, okay, is there any other burning besides this? And then on the white paper, I saw this for raw stones. I'm not going to go super deep on raw stones right now. But to level up a raw stone from 1 to 2 requires 1 GMT. So I'm not sure how much a raw stone is going to be, priced at GGT wise, what this means. But minimally, we know as long as users want to be leveling up a raw stone from 1 to 2, that's going to be burning 1 GMT. So maybe someone wants to level up 100 raw stones. I mean, I imagine if this Stepn Go is successful, we're going to get thousands in the double, triple digits of raw stone upgrades, maybe in the millions. I hope in the millions. And just think, any raw stone that's going from 1 to 2, that's a GMT burned, right? That's, let's just say like in total in the history of this Stepn Go, it's just 1 million. That's 1 million raw or GMT gone forever. And I know 6 billion GMT is the total supply cap, but 1 million from this simple game mechanic is no small number. Again, maybe it'll be a little bit less, maybe it'll be a lot more. I'm not sure. It depends what these are all going to be priced at. And then lastly, any other places for minting or for burning? And we got a little bit of a nugget here for sneaker minting. And I'm not going to go into their sneaker minting mechanics, but we got to note that currently GMT is not required for sneaker minting, but it might be in the future. And as far as I'm concerned, where I'm at now, maybe I decide to go on Stepn Go. But as someone, and this might be a little bit of spoiler for my position, as someone who is going to be maintaining on Stepn OG, I don't know exclusively quite yet, but as someone who's going to be on Stepn OG for sure, I would love to see GMT needed for minting, because I'm a comfort guy. I'm a GMT earner. I earn GST too, but I've kind of positioned myself to have some long-term GMT earning sneakers. So this is okay. So number one of the goods is easy onboard, right? So if this really does get people involved in Stepn, whether they go into Stepn OG or stay to Stepn Go, an easy onboard will still help, right? Because minimally they will be burning GMT, and that's number 2. Is the GMT burning is still going to be happening on Stepn Go? Let's take a look at GMT here, right? Total supply 5.3. Let's see that number continue to go down. It's been about 2 years since GMT's been put on the market. We've trimmed down about 650 million GMT in a 2-year span. If all the rates were the same, another 2 years from now, we'll be at 1.3 billion GMT burned. let's get this accelerated. Perhaps Stepn Go can help get that going quicker, so that come the next bull run 4 years from now, wouldn't it be great to have our total supply be at 3 billion, now maxed out, because it's all been burned, and we'd be in a really great position if this game's still alive and going, or if this ecosystem of GMT is still a valuable investment 4 years from now. But I mean, this bull run alone too, if Stepn Go is up and going here in this next 2, 4, 6 months, whatever the countdown is, let's see this burning happen immediately. Even from Stepn OG users, those who are going to go to Stepn Go, and they're going to want to position themselves well in the game, they're going to be burning GMT quick and fast and in probably high amounts to try to get there first, right? To get the most GGT or the best charm outfits, the best mystery box that they can get. And all of this, it's going to be on leveling up, burning, upgrading raw stones, it seems. So, man, even as I talk, I think I feel a little bit better about Stepn Go, knowing that of this GMT burning infrastructure. So yeah, that's number 2. The other ones are kind of more self-explanatory. It is these kind of main points, or some of these main points. I think having avatars and outfits, that is fun. I think there is that market. Evidently, what's $50 billion for gaming skins. Even if you can capture some of that market who wouldn't have been interested in Stepn without a skin option, great, that will be good. The social system interacting with each other, in this whole moon environment that's kind of being created, that seems to be kind of the vibe they're going for, is moon, something out of this world. And however that's going to look with VR and AR, I'm not sure. But I think the interaction, the leaderboard, that's something that was missing from Stepn OG. And while I'm currently mourning the fact that social interaction isn't going to be on Stepn OG, it looks like, I suppose that is a value proposition for Stepn Go. Another positive potential, this is speculative, and this is a positive that could easily be spun into a negative too, so I'll put this one on both good and bad, is that if Stepn Go, let's say, sucks some of the market and users from Stepn OG to earn GGT, again, I'll start with the good. This could slow down the supply of GST, right? So one of my concerns that we've been seeing is this GST supply has just been growing astronomically, right? We're now at 1.5 billion GST circulating supply, and now just to hit 10 cents, we need to tie our all-time high market cap, right, as of today. But this could slow things down here, and could make for better price action and upside if that supply slows, but the GST supply still gets burned in game, whether for minting or leveling up or for certain upgrades. But yeah, I'm not super certain on that one if we'll see GST slow if Stepn Go grows. Because again, maybe Stepn Go bridges people to Stepn OG, and Solana GST continues to go on the rise. All right, so with that said, kind of the good of Stepn Go, I think really if Stepn Go was just dropped independently before Stepn OG, I don't think anyone would have an issue with this. But I want to talk about some of the bad or the concerns. And the first one is just the marketing of it. And this isn't by ranking, but the first thing that just comes to mind is really just the community sentiment of feeling abandoned. Wait, you guys are only focusing on Stepn OG, or not only focusing, but it kind of feels like that. Just after such a big build up to hey, there's this town hall that you can't miss. You gotta be there. And I just feel like there was a lack of feel and pulse by the developers, and I'm trying to put myself in, Jan and Jerry and Shitty's heads, and they might be so boots on the ground with their product and so excited and ambitious that this is just kind of something that's not intentional, but just an oversight, not considering how much stake and value we've put in Stepn OG, or maybe they do know what we feel, but they have such confidence that Stepn Go will still help us. But whatever their thoughts are, I think they need to do better with kind of nurturing a little bit, not in like a kind of coddling soft way, but like massaging their loyal base so far, right? And I think this could have gone so much better. Like just even something marginal. If you unrolled this Stepn Go idea, just give us something for Stepn OG. We didn't get one thing other than an illusion that resilience gem use case is coming up next month. But honestly, like I have whiplash. We probably have whiplash. I don't even know what these promises mean. And that's the unfortunate part. Even me right now, I don't want to be in this spot, but I actually just don't trust that we're going to get something for resilience gem use case next month. If we do, great, but I don't know what these statements mean anymore. Let me go back to this. I made a video, right, 4 days ago about the roadmap ? What's Stepn 12-month roadmap going to be that we're going to hear about this town hall? And at this point, it's like, wait, what? What about the roadmap? But I made this video off of these tweets right here back in April following their last town hall. I think it was April 4th. And I was just using their promises right here, if you catch in the middle. In the meantime, we completed our 12-month roadmap for Stepn, and we will share it in the next town hall. We did not get that at the town hall. We got nothing close to it. We got everything about Stepn Go, and the only roadmap-esque kind of thing is we're going to share more about resilience gem use case next month. So that is one of the bads of this, is just marketing and not. Again, did they anticipate some of these reactions, the sense of abandonment? And I think this just could have been cushioned. And just an awareness, like up front, like, hey, we understand this may make you feel like we've forgotten about Stepn OG, but just for good faith, like, hey, here's your 12-month roadmap. Here's what's happened, or a 6-month roadmap. Give us a 3-month roadmap, right? And then boom, here's your resilience use case today. And then, a lot of us probably would have either made a decent GMT profit by selling res gems, or getting some kind of perk in game with using the res gems that we've hung on to. And now we feel like, oh, okay, there's still this intention that the devs are having with Stepn OG. So I think that was just a big miss. And I want to not be too cynical. And again, I know these developers, this team, they have so much on their plate. They're doing so much, and they've really delivered on quite a bit too. Again, I think it's easy to forget about the past, especially in crypto, because it's so fast moving. We got a big investment, things are volatile, but the Stepn devs, they've done a lot to reward loyal users, right? Just even think about the FSL ID, right? Once we got onboarded there, we saw like big rewards for just being loyal, playing the game, earning badges. Like check these out from some people. So we can't forget, even if communication is not the best, and I don't think it's the best, I think they need a real, I don't know if they need to hire someone here for just marketing and communication. There is that thoughtfulness of like, hey, like you guys have stayed with us. Let's give you a reward here, at least through the FSL ID points that can convert into GMT. I'm not sure if that's ever going to happen again, but that indicates to me that there is thought there, that they do care about the loyal base that have stuck with them through 2 years, through an ugly bear market, and are still here today. The next bad, I would say, and I don't even know about this one. I already touched on this. And again, sorry I'm so scattered on this video. I'm just kind of learning in real time too and processing my thoughts. Is just seeing this market of GST and GMT, and even having seen the Stepn market guide, I didn't see very many indicators that we were in a bad position, right? I saw steady growth on both common, uncommon, rare, and epic sneaker prices, right? Maybe go up like 3 steps forward, 2 steps back, 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. But I just saw appreciation on both NFT sneakers. And yeah, the prices have dipped on GMT and GST, but also all altcoins have essentially pretty much dipped until recently. Some kind of getting out of the woods with the Bitcoin pump. But yeah, even with gems, seeing efficiency gems level ones get priced up, I didn't see the user base as an issue just kind of by prices alone. And I know that's one thing that they foresaw as being a problem, was not getting more users into the FSL ecosystem. So I'll defer to all of their research and their kind of knowledge of the inner dynamics of FSL and just kind of the future of the Web3 space. But I didn't see an indicator that we were struggling for users based on NFT value appreciation. And now with the Stepn Go news, and I think there's some recovery. Everything here yesterday, or not everything, but a good amount was in the red. I think for a hot minute too, I saw these level 2 efficiency gems go down to, I think, 24 GMT. They're 26.5, but if you've been paying attention, the level 2 efficiencies were over 30. Even these comfort gems were around like 65 GMT. These level 1 efficiencies have recovered a little bit too, but they were close to 2. So I think we're seeing a little bit of recovery and stability here too. People not as much in panic, knowing I think our Stepn OG is actually okay. But kind of bringing it back to like, was our user base actually concerned? And it definitely is unfortunate that 8 out of 10 people don't successfully onboard who want to in the beginning. But thinking even 3 or like next year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 years, would the crypto industry, and just even, whether it's Coinbase or Binance or whatever centralized exchange you would hop on to purchase your Solana or Ethereum or Binance to kind of go to one of these realms, would have that gotten easier to go into Stepn OG, right? Because I feel like Stepn Go is created to diagnose an onboarding problem that's a 2024 problem, right? But will the bridging even just be easier in 2 years? And will hopping on Stepn OG be as easy as hopping on Stepn Go in a few years? So those are just thoughts. And please let me know what you guys think, and let's kind of sharpen our ideas together. Which, speaking of sharpening ideas, I'm going to take a pivot here in a second, but let me finish up the potential bad. And this has to do with the other good. Will GST be abandoned in favor of GGT, right? Will those who have kind of gone for GST earning go to Stepn Go and go for GGT, and then investor interest in GST go down, and we won't see upward price action? Perhaps, maybe. I'm not sure. GST it's interesting. It still has its big pumps, and we're low right now, but I'm not sure if I'm convinced that GST on Solana will be abandoned in favor of GGT. And that's kind of just how crypto is too, because this is still a very pump and dumpable coin. And one of the goals of GGT, according to Jan and Jerry and Shitty, is that GGT is not supposed to be pump and dumpable. So maybe that's how GST on Solana will kind of maintain its appeal, for better, for worse. Again, I'm not saying that pump and dump is great. It's kind of disarming. But those who do strategize for the GST Solana gameplay with efficiency, there may still be hope there. But I did put it as a potential bad, GST being abandoned. And again, maybe that will bring the GST circulating supply either slowed or gone down, but then the market cap interest just going down as well. And then another bad is off of that is the idea of a stable GGT token. So they're talking about keeping GGT stable from volatility, so there isn't, the crazy price action like GST. But I just don't understand how that happens. And for me, that kind of indicates control, centralization, and a lot of kind of like getting hands in GGT token. And that just, I need to think about that one further. But I kind of like how the freedom of the market to respond to a token how it sees fit. Again, I would hate for new users to get rugged on GGT, but yeah, I just kind of more have question marks like, well, how is that going to happen when Jan and Jerry talk about having to stabilize GGT? Like, short of it being a stable coin, how do you accomplish this? So yeah, we'll see there, but I'm not sure how I feel about that. I don't know. What do you guys think? Yeah, and I guess the last bad, let's say, that I would have on here, and I'm just going to share the bad from community is, again, I'm just kind of scrolling down, is Stepn going to get abandoned, right? Is everyone going to love Stepn Go and abandon Stepn OG, and then everyone's values of their sneakers go down? Earning GST is a fool's errand. Will even GMT earning not be worth it if you can just get more on the S pool on Stepn Go? But that's just kind of a perspective. All right, so lastly, the FUDly. What do I think is FUD? Once again, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't think Stepn Go is going to kill Stepn OG. I think Stepn Go is going to have a symbiotic relationship with Stepn OG, and that is because it needs GMT. This S pool and this PvP, we're going to be supplying it. I mean, the way I look at it, again, I'm just speaking from the perspective of just kind of staying on Stepn OG for now, is we're the gold miners, and yeah, maybe even like as far as like the UI goes of Stepn OG, maybe it's like dirty, not as polished. Maybe we're getting our hands kind of gnarred up, and we're not kind of in this upper echelon of this moon base with all the people dressed in their fine fits and skins, or what shoes, hats, whatever they're going to be wearing. But we're giving them the gold to put on their bracelets, let's say. We're giving them that gold to put in their earrings that makes them stand apart on their moon base or on Stepn Go, or just simply even upgrading their gems or their stones or minting possibly. So I don't see any reason at this point of why Stepn OG should fall apart. I see them having a dual relationship. I guess the question is, for me, really, is GST. Will GST still hold value? Will there still be any net profit reward there? Is that a good strategy? And also, guys, just know, if you check out the Stepn white paper for OG, GST is a utility token, right? It is inflationary. I think I read somewhere, I don't know if it was Reddit, but the fact that GST was able to give some people some profit was, the language they used was a happy accident, right? GMT is the governance token. It has the cap supply. It's supposed to get burned. It has an appreciation built into the tokenomic, and maybe that's not happening as quick as we would like, and that's why the earnings for GMT aren't as great, but it is the long-term coin compared to GST, which is, again, you're still able to get like a decent profit right now. I mean, it's going up today, still down on the week, but yeah, I don't think Stepn OG is abandoned. I do think they have chosen which what they're going to put makeup on, what they're going to dress, and kind of be the advertisement for the public. But I do think Stepn OG is going to be the oil for this whole FSL ecosystem. Like, it can't function without this moving to earning. I know there's like pools released every month, but this move to earn is fundamental, and it's something that our beloved Stepn OG can only accomplish, and it incentivizes, the GMT earners. And yeah, just GST is a little up in the air for me now long term. We'll see. The market will speak for itself. Those who potentially migrate or don't migrate, or those who start with Stepn OG and then come over to, those who start with Stepn Go, when they come to OG, they're most likely going to start with GST earning. Again, unless they just straight up buy level 30 sneakers or buy a sneaker with the pure intention to level it up to 30, then that will be different. But yeah, admittedly, that first 24 hours, I was worried. I'm like, oh man, is this going to get drowned out? Like, is Stepn OG done? But I would say even look at other perspectives, right? Look at other of those on Stepn, whether on X or Instagram or YouTube, whoever you might follow. Don't just listen to me. I mean, first of all, always do your own research. Do your own research, number one, but consider other perspectives. I mean, one of my favorite people to follow here on X who is in Stepn is Vito. He's at Vito. One of the most positive players in the space, very optimistic. So if you really want an optimistic point of view, check him out. I meant to kind of identify one of his tweets here. Again, right here, he's going to include different information that I might not touch on. Some people wonder why add a new app to the ecosystem? Why not just stay with one app? Well, the more variety in the ecosystem, the broader use cases for the token, the more users it can reach, and the more valuable collaborations are. Let them cook and check out the volume. 42 million almost, just in the 24-hour period of GMT. Right, burning energy, earning GST, same as yesterday, same as tomorrow. Looking forward to trying Stepn Go, but we'll always be using Stepn OG. And then Vito also shouted out CO Silv, who gave a pretty thorough tweet responding to the news. And let me just read this. And again, I know this is a long video, so feel free to jump off. But if you want to hear another perspective, here we go. Stepn closed? Who said that? I see so much pain, but nobody thinks about the deep vision of this new project, which is made to make the connection. The road to adoption started a long time ago, but good things take time. While Stepn Go may have come as a surprise to some, it aligns with the natural progression of Stepn's evolution. The concept of Stepn 2, it was a rumor some time ago in the community. This likely gave the team ample time to gather insights, learn from their user base, and identify gaps that needed to be filled to create a seamless transition from Web 2 to Web 3. Therefore, the announcement wasn't entirely unexpected, but rather a strategic move to address the challenges of mass adoption. Again, maybe that's something I'm sleeping on, the challenge of mass adoption. Regarding time, have you seen what has been built in FSL lately? Well, you see that these people build and deliver on the conveyor belt to make FSL ecosystem bigger and better known. Show me a project that does this. Personally, if I wanted to close Stepn, I would no longer make contracts with the hottest projects in the web universe 3. Partnerships with brands like Adidas prove Stepn's long-term vision. These collaborations boost visibility and confidence in the project's sustainability, so Stepn will develop at its own pace and is present and visible through its legacy. Stepn remains a valuable and functional platform, ensuring that both apps can thrive simultaneously, each serving unique yet complementary purposes within an ecosystem. Users can fully use the app as they always have. The announcement of Stepn Go might have seemed unexpected, but it aligns perfectly with Stepn's evolution. Purpose, easy onboarding with the house system, no crypto knowledge needed. Lend your sneakers to friends and family to help them get started effortlessly. Again, I know some of that might be some repetition from what we saw initially from Jan and Jerry, but I think this was a really great perspective, kind of giving a zoomed out the why, reinforcing just from a user who has been on Stepn for a while. So I think this is good to know and understand that there's people who've been in this space for a while, who've been on Stepn for a while, and they have confidence in the future. Again, do your own research. It's up to you whether you want to stick to it, bow out, stay to Stepn OG or go into Stepn Go. You can totally make that choice. And that brings me to even, I really recommend checking out Shan on X. He hosts a daily or sometimes twice a day space where he and a couple other thoughtful guys, hip to this, ZNFT Soul, Jeffrey, and a few casts of others will share their thoughts, their opinions on the kind of recent happenings. So even listening to these recent ones on Stepn Go will be really beneficial for more perspectives. Hip to this in particular said something on this space right here that I liked. And he said, hey, if you don't have confidence in Stepn and you feel like it's not going to be worth it, then you have the freedom to pretty much not continue. However, if you trust in the devs and you feel like there's going to be something deliverable in the long term, stick with it. If it's going to cause you anxiety or depression or resentment, might have not used all those words, then maybe it's best for you not to stick to this. And I know that can be kind of very blunt, and for some be perceived as like, oh man, but like where's the empathy maybe for some of the feeling that this is a soft rug pull, or the devs are trying to do a little sunset on a Stepn OG. The response is simply if you're unsure, then maybe this isn't the app for you. But if you do have trust, then stick with it. And I thought he said that well. And even for you guys who are listening, and again, I understand the fear. I understand the confusion. I myself was confused. But if at this point there is that uncertainty and you don't want to continue to invest, then make the best financial decision for yourself. I'm sticking with it. I'm going to stay on Stepn OG. I'm not going to hop on to Stepn Go until I understand it more. I don't feel like I have enough understanding. I need to get more familiar with this white paper, and let me know. I mean, I'll probably have some more videos to make if I choose to lean into Stepn Go, if it's something that I'm going to be interested in joining, or if you guys are, I'd like to kind of further educate myself and give some value to you guys as well. This was a long video, a long recording at least. Apologize for some of the rambling. And again, this is something I'm not an expert on. Even one of I had some inertia, some hesitancy for going into this video. I'm like, man, like life is just kind of busy right now. I'm like trying to educate myself on something new. It's just like, man, this is a lot of work, but trying to get you guys out something sooner than later with this video on this news. But I want to refine my own understanding. Again, I'm going to be tuning into spaces like this, hearing from some of these other Stepners, checking out other X pages for what people have to say, what are concerns, what is FUD to consider, what is FUD to kind of throw out the door, and kind of filter everything through, I guess, my mind and come to my own opinions and speculation that will not be financial advice, of course. So I'm continuing to earn. I'm feeling not super worried as of today. I was a little bit more worried a couple days ago, but I think we're going to be all right. So thanks guys. Have a great morning, afternoon, or night. Take care.